Hello, hello, and welcome back. We're going to be in match day 15 of Group B of Phase 1. So now, after last time, we have a few teams that are now, like Banfield, are now in the conversation to start, like, moving out of the 20th spot because now they're in the exact same amount of points as the three teams ahead of them. So now they have an extra chance. And as for any other team, Braga have been falling off a little bit. Haken have been doing better again. Hull City are really good right now. They just can't stop winning. They tied last time, but before that they've been non-stop winning, so they're in a good position. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes for everybody else. Jan Regensburg versus Haken. Let's see how this one goes. Will this maybe this needs to be a Haken win? It needs to be, and it is. Holy crap! Really good win for Haken. Layuni scoring again. Let's look for Layuni. There he is. Gets his fourth goal. The Tunisian left winger. Passing all these guys. There we go. Layuni goes right here. Svanbach again scoring lots. He scores a brace. Svanbach scores a brace. That puts him number one. Oh my god, it does put him as number one goal scorer. He is now the number one goal scorer of this tournament so far. A Finnish striker is the number one goal scorer of Group B. I love the diversity of this, man. I love how like having like different like all this stuff come together because this is like stuff you don't see, you would never see in like actual other football games. Dietz is now in the top 5 right here. So Dietz goes here, boom. And Rygaard, I know he scored a goal already before, but I think it was only one, so he's not too far here. Yep. So he gets his second goal. I think he's a center attacking midfielder for the team. So the fact he has 2 goals is a little concerning, but it might be because he's like the one supplying fucking Svanbach with all the goals. So really good result. Really good result for Haken. Huge result, because that's a +3 goal difference and 3 points. Say fucking less. Crew Alexandria versus Mantova. Crew Alexandria falling down to relegation fodder, so now they really got to start powering through. They need to start figuring out themselves. And they do. Huge win. Lancaster scoring again for the side. Zuko, Agius. Lancaster scoring a brace, actually. Huge. That's actually really huge for the side. Because now he's down here, and now he's at 8 goals. And those 2 goals practically win the game for them, because otherwise they would have lost 2-1. But now he is in the top 10 goal scorers once again after being a little absent for a while. Mensa for Mantova. He's not too far back. There he is. Scores his 6th goal now. Putting him right ahead of Zalazar, Maulida, and Sekluski. Along with players like Veerman and Saibari from PSV. Agius scores again. I think he has 2 goals, if I'm mistaken. Agius. Or not. Maybe just 1. Agius. There he is. So he did only have 1 goal. So now his goal is also very important because otherwise it's just a tie. But because of his goal, they end up winning their match. So let's go right here. Agius and Zuko. Zuko had already scored his 2nd goal, so now he's going on to his 3rd. They try to make it close, and they tried to cut the gap through, but Alcor Alexandria do really well to actually beat the Serie B side. As now they sit in a very comfy position now away from relegation. Not comfy. They do separate themselves from the relegation fodder, which is something they've been wanting to do. Feyenoord versus Banfield. This is it's so hard because I was like, oh, like if Banfield can get a string of games now, but then their first opponent after I say that is Feyenoord, which is kind of difficult. Even though Feyenoord have been like tying like crazy and losing matches, this should be a Feyenoord win, yes or yes. As expected, Alanis scores another goal though to make himself still as a 69. Nice. Haj Musa, he scores again for the first time in a while, putting him at 8 goals again. And then we have Reed. I'm pretty sure that's his first goal. Pretty sure. The right back. So we can put here and go Reed. Reed for Feyenoord. Huge goal for them. I might as well just fucking actually just move you aside real quick because Alanis just scored again, so I'm going to have to move you all the way up here. Whoa, I flew by. Cool. As for the rest of you, y'all drop down a place. Alanis and Stein gets another goal after being offside half the time. Pretty sure he's on 3. Yep, there he is. Now he's on 4, which gives Feyenoord a necessary win. But on the bright side for Banfield, again, they have a goal scorer that isn't Ausmendi or Mendes. So it's actually really good in my opinion. But they have to build off of it. They can't just like roll over and die. Saint Tridense versus Alcolud, two teams that are also in very desperate need for a victory again. Susako is definitely back and available once again as he comes in for Merlin. Will that help them out? They needed muscle. They really didn't need. Oh, wait a minute. I think I remember. Yeah, look at that. Wait, is there no right back anymore? Or was there just never right back to begin with? Yeah, there's no right back to begin with. Never mind. I remember I had this dichotomy of like players that were there, but I guess there was a player there that wasn't even a right back. That I was like, what the fuck? Like he was way better as in a different position. Van Hayden, yeah, he's way better as a center back. All right, so Sintrudense, can they get a victory here? I'm kind of rooting for them ahead of Alcolud. And yes, they do get it. Absolutely. Muja, Enrique, and Ito. I think that's Ito's first goal. So good for him. Very good for him. He opened up the scoring to begin with, the center attacking midfielder. Ito scores for Sint Truidense. And a very, very necessary goal. Enrique scores again, which I'm pretty sure he's like at 4, right? He has to be at 4. And look at that. Knowledge comes in again. He comes in, scores a goal to try to help his side out. Isn't enough as Muja continues his goal scoring for him as well, getting his 6th goal. Putting him above Salazar, Marida, Sikulski, and Ueda. There we go. Huge win for the Belgian side. Huge win for them. Slowly departing away from that relegation area. Falkirk versus Guingamp. You'd hope Guingamp can win this. Can Hemia add to his goal scoring? Maybe. They lose. That wasn't in the handbook. And Hemia didn't even score. Who scored for them? Sagna and Kofi scored for them. Tight Graham. Graham scored with brace. So Sagna scores again. He's like probably at 1 goal right now. Somewhere. Yep, there he is. Sagna. He starts off the game by scoring first. Put him here right here. Sagna right there. Boom. And then after that, it was Graham scores a brace. Where the fuck he's at? I think he's like at least at 4, right? Yep. Good knowledge. Gets his 6th goal because of his brace. So pushing these guys down by 1. Putting him right there alongside some major competition with his 6 goals. I think that puts him ahead of Tate too. But Tate does score again too, so Tate, and that's a new goal scorer, Kofi. Tate is now as well at 6 goals. So both Graham and Tate are both Falkirk's highest goal scorers right now, as they need them to be because they have been really good. So Tate moves on ahead as well. And Kofi being a new player. But Guingamp losing. Very, very bad for them, especially to the Scottish side. Guingamp. They get 1 goal, and Hemia nowhere to be found. They needed him in this game, and he just didn't show up. Besiktas versus Dusseldorf. Let's see how this one ends up. I'm going again for a Besiktas win, hopefully. Sharding hopefully winning. And it's a fucking... Oh, and Kokshu got a goal disallowed. Right after scoring the first one? Damn. That's a shame. That's a huge shame. Kokshu and Rasmussen are the goal scorers. That's a disappointing result. I would have loved to send Besiktas beat them, but Dusseldorf are doing the business. They are doing their job pretty well, and you can't fault them for it. Right, you Rasmussen, there you are on your 5th goal. Kokshu's been a very good goal scorer. That's what Tammy Abraham used to be doing. Alright, you move you right there, boom. There you go. Besiktas defeat Dusseldorf in this tie. Hull City versus Barnsley. I have faith that Hull City can get this victory against Barnsley. They've been really good at scoring, and that's what they need to do here. And they do with Bellumi, Gelhart, and Gelhart again. Millar and Cleary all being the goal scorers. So Bellumi, Gelhart are the first ones. Bellumi's like on 3, I think. Bellumi, yep. Found him. So he's right there. Push him down here. Boom. So he's now in the top 4 in the the 4 goal scorers. I keep confusing that word. All right, Gelhart. He scores his 9th goal now to be even with Vinicius, Czerny, and Thomas Lemar. Good for him. I saw Millar scored as well, so he's on his 8th. Again, Hull City players are fucking killing it when it comes to goal scoring at the moment. So Miller goes for that one. Boom. And Cleary. That's what it was. I was thinking of Cleary. I think he's on 3. Yep. Yep. Yes, he is. So nice. He passes these guys to now be on the 4 goal scorers. So Hull City get the victory. Much needed victory. And maybe they can even surpass Besiktas now with that victory. Altaun versus Braga. Ooh, big one. Because both teams really need to win here. Oh, wait. Fulguni might be ready. Fulgini. Yes, he is. He's back. He's back. Even though Bahusian has been really good. Bahusain. But you can't go without Fulgini. Let's see. Will this help them win? No, it does not. Unfortunately for Altaun, as Ricardo Horta scores again to give Braga a win. Such an inconsistent side Braga are. But as long as they get the points, I think they do not care. So Ricardo Horta gets another goal to give his side a very much required win over the Saudi side. To try and make themselves back into that top 8 position. Steven St. Girona, Real Madrid. That's the pick. Oh, it's PSV. Ooh, that's still a good game. Real Madrid versus PSV. Holy shit. This is like a Champions League game right here. Real Madrid with Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, Brahim, Bellingham. Like, these are some world-class players against PSV who also have some world-class players. What are we going to see here? What's it going to be? What's going to be the result? Holy shit! Fuck you, Real Madrid! 2 shots and 2 goals, bro. Wow, and way less possession too. They were like holding on for dear life, but they fucking held out and they got rewarded for it. Perisic and Flamingo, the goal scorers, handing Real Madrid their first loss of the campaign. Wow. Good from PSV. Really good from PSV. They get those points and they're like, you'd think that they're thinking to themselves, oh man, like we're probably not gonna win this game. Only to win the game. Good shit. Type shit. And not only that, you got a clean sheet. You didn't let no Mbappe, no Vinny, nobody score against you. So really good from the Dutch side. As surely that puts them in the top 4. What a victory. Huge victory. Real Madrid game their first loss. And against like the first game they played against an actual like decent opponent and they win it and then they lose it. Just saying. Wisla Plock now face against Girona. Novak is still out. He got pretty good fucked up, I guess. Wisla Plock face Girona. Girona need a victory here. They've been a little consistent now. They do get the victory, but very nerve-wracking game with Unaki van de Beek. Unaki brace. Very interesting. Unaki gets a brace now. Jasam, he's now on a 5 goals. Yep. Unahi goes right here. Bururum. Sekulski gets a goal. I can't remember where he's at. He's like somewhere here. There he is. He now passes Maulida and Salazar for goals. What happened to Salazar? He had like 2 games in a row where he scored. Like one where he scored like a hat trick, I think. And he's just gone. Sekulski, Jimenez scores as well. Where the fuck he went? There he is. He gets his 3rd goal of the campaign. Making it kind of even with the Spanish side, but ultimately not enough, as Van de Beek also scores again, which he should be up here. Van de Beek. There he is. Gets his 6th goal. Could Van de Beek be back after his time at Ajax? I made that comment before, but I'm saying it again because it's looking more likely that he is coming back in a fictional simulation that I'm doing. Good for him. Huge win for Girona, by the way. They needed that victory bad, and now we have ended match day 15. All right, let's see how it's looking, because after Real Madrid's first loss, now Real Madrid and Girona are both tied on points, but again, Girona cannot win a game by more than 1 goal, which doesn't help their goal difference at all. They are still 5 goals behind Real Madrid. They cannot win a game by more than 1 goal to save their lives. PSV, though, are now in the conversation, now jumping all the way up to 3rd. Besiktas still in top 4 position, with Altavun, Hull City, Haken, and Feyenoord in the top 8. Braga are now knocking on the door too after their amazing win against Altavun. So they're in the conversation still, with Guingamp falling out of the top 8, unfortunately for them. Jan Regensburg, St. Tridense, Crew Alexandra, Alcolud, Falkirk, and Dusseldorf making the middle of the table, with Mantova, Wisla Ploeg, Barnsley, and Banfield all on the bottom. But like I said, it is still very close down there. Anybody can still escape that position. Like I said, Banfield can win a game, and then they'll be all the way out of the relegation zone. So let's see. But as of right now, match day 15 is over. I'll see you all in match day 16 shortly.